And we are back with the massive wealth series almost after a year. I know you missed the series. Well, me too, but here it is. And today we will discuss 10 indicators of massive wealth from the 10th house or 10th lord of your horoscope. So, if you want to know if you have massive wealth from your 10th house or your 10th lord, you need to stick till the end of this video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, God is there with you all the time. Just look to Him and you'll find Him. And if you want to have a personalized horoscope consultation regarding your horoscope, you can always go to my new website, exoticastrology.in, the same old domain, where you will find a lot of different other options for consultations, including emergency consultations. Also, you will find the link down in the description section. And if you're new to exotic astrology, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and of course subscribe. And if you have not watched the other videos on massive wealth, you will find it in this playlist itself. So, what is the 10th house? 10th house is the house which shows name, fame, power, position, authority. It shows how much command do you have over others. It shows how much will people listen to you. That is what is the 10th house. Now, the 10th house can show money, it can show influence, it can also show power, it can also show respect. So, for example, you may have money, but you may not have influence, power, or respect. You may have a lot of power, but people may not respect you, or you may not have money. Okay, you may have position, you may not have money. So something related to these four aspects of your life will be governed by the 10th house. Could be more than one, also could be all of these four aspects might be governed by the 10th house itself. So therefore, the first indicator of massive wealth in a horoscope is having Digbala planets in the 10th house, but well placed. What is the meaning of well placed? Well, first of all, there are only two planets which can get Digbala in the 10th house, which are Sun and Mars. Digbala means directional strength. So, if you have Sun or Mars, or even better, you have both Sun and Mars, but one of them will also do the job. But you need to make sure that Sun or Mars, they are well placed, whichever is there in the 10th. Basically, this means the planet Sun or the planet Mars, if it is there in the 10th house in the Bhauchalit chart, must be either in a friend sign, or their own sign, or in the sign of exaltation. It should not be in an enemy sign. All right. If it is in an enemy sign, then during the dasha of Sun or Mars, even if it is Digbali, you may experience headlessness and confusion, and that will reduce the level of wealth that you will get. But if you have Sun or Mars well placed in your Bhauchali chart in the 10th house, and in the Lagna chart, if it is in a friend sign, for example, Sun is in the sign of Aries, or suppose Mars is in the sign of Leo, so Sun in Aries is exalted, Mars in Leo is a friend sign, then fantastic this is. You will earn a lot of money in Mars or Sun Dasha, Mahadasha, Antardasha. In both the dashas, you will earn. Okay, so it will apply equally to both. Now, along with this, if your the nakshatra lord of Sun or Mars is also well placed, so basically, for example, suppose you are a Cancer ascendant and you have Sun in Aries in the 10th house, it is very well placed because it is exalted. And within Aries, it is, example, say, it is in Ashwini Nakshatra. Okay. Now, Ashwini Nakshatra is ruled by Ketu. That means now in your case, if Ketu is placed in the 11th house, then this is fantastic. Or suppose, you are Cancer Lagna and you have Mars in the 10th in Aries, then also it is giving Ruchak Mahapurush Yoga, fantastic. But suppose now you have Mars in Bharani Nakshatra, which is ruled by Venus, right? Now, maybe Venus is also placed in Taurus, or maybe Venus is also in Aries. Then this is fantastic. So if the nakshatra lord of either Sun or Mars in the 10th is well placed, especially if in the 10th or in the 11th, then this is like windfall of money. All right. Number two, apart from Sun, Mars, if you have other planets in the 10th house, they can also give you wealth, but their nakshatra lord has to be placed either in the 10th or 11th. Only then it is massive wealth. Otherwise, this is just a combination of having good wealth. So, for example, Suppose you have Venus in the 10th house, and Venus is in Rohini Nakshatra. Example. Now, who is lording Rohini? Well, Moon is the lord of Rohini, right? So now, if Moon is in the 10th house itself, or maybe Moon is in the 11th, then this will give you massive wealth in your dasha. Sometimes, if the nakshatra lord of these planets are also placed in the ascendant or 5th or 9th, they can also give you great wealth, but not massive wealth. So, for massive wealth, you need these two houses, the 10th house and the 11th house. So, apart from Sun, Mars, any other of these 7 planets can give you massive wealth, provided their nakshatra lord is also either in the 10th or maybe in the 11th, and if not, then must be in the 1st, 5th or 9th. Otherwise, this is just normal wealth. Okay, this is just a normal promotion, nothing more than that. But if you have this combination, windfall. Now, third placement, sorry, is if the lord of your 10th house is in the 2nd house or in the 6th house or in the 11th. Fantastic position. Why? Because the 2nd, 6th, 10th, 11th, these are houses of money. The 2nd house, 6th house, 10th house specifically represents earth houses, which shows money and wealth in this day and age. And the 11th house is a house of gains, any kind of gains, which also means it's the house of money, right? So therefore, if the lords of these houses are in each other's houses, so for example, if the 2nd lord is in the 6th, 2nd lord is in the 10th, 2nd lord is in the 11th, or the 6th lord is in the 2nd, 10th or 11th, or the 10th lord is in the 2nd, 6th or 11th, or the 11th lord is in 2nd, 6th or 10th. So if there is an exchange, then this also shows massive wealth. But because today we are discussing of the 10th house exclusively, so I'm saying if the 10th lord is in the 2nd, 6th or 11th, then this is a combination of massive wealth. And especially if the 10th lord is in the 11th, then this is a combination of great massive wealth. All right. Number 4, the 10th lord is associated with the lord of the first house in a good way, of course. So, for example, if the 10th lord and the Lagna lord of your first house, they are together, they are sitting together anywhere, provided they are not in a very bad house. They should not be in a Dusthana like 6, 8, 12. They can be anywhere in the Kendra, or suppose if they are placed in the 10th house itself, or in the Lagna itself, or in the 11th house itself, then this is like massive wealth. Big wealth is coming, because then it shows you have supreme confidence. The Lagna 10th house, 11th house, they are associated. But even if the 11th house is not involved, but the Lagna lord and the 10th lord are involved somewhere, they are sitting together conjunct, or they are mutually aspecting each other even then. So in both the cases, this will help you get massive wealth. But specifically if they are together and within that they are in the first, 10th or 11th, then this is like whoosh, lot of money is coming. So you will get money through your own effort, self-employment and confidence. Number 5, this is gold. This is like you have this, that's it, close the chart. There is an exchange of the 10th lord and the 11th lord. If you have this, that's it, end of the story, just close and done and dusted. Why this is most powerful? Because then in the dasha of the 10th lord or 11th lord, either ways you will get massive wealth. Why? Because now one house is kind of having the power of both the houses. Okay, so therefore it is like having a double massive wealth yoga in one way. It's like, double wham, it's like double bonus. Okay. So this means your life will be above average, provided of course the overall chart is also reasonably good. It can't happen that your 10th lord is in 11th, 11th lord is in 10th, and every other planet is very badly placed, your dashas are very bad, then you may not get massive wealth. But even if you have a reasonable good horoscope, reasonable means like, your Lagna lord, sun, moon, they are reasonably well placed, your 10th lord is in the 11th, 11th lord is in the 10th, and overall your chart is good, your 10th house is strong, your 5th house, 9th house, they are strong, the fundamentals of the chart are strong, then you can guarantee that this is a combination of massive wealth. And along with this, if you have the 4 other combinations that we discussed before, and you have this number 5, oh my god, this is like Number six, very, very, very powerful, as Parashar Muni says, the best of all yogas, Dharma Karma Adhipati Yoga, when the ninth lord and the 10th lord are associated. Ninth house, ninth lord shows your commitment to Dharma, your spiritual life, your inner belief systems, your commitment to yourself, your desire to keep going no matter what happens. It's the house of luck, fortune. It's the house of your guru, your guides, your counselors, your father. And 10th house, 10th lord, as you know, is already the house of name and fame. So it's like saying the house of name and fame and house of purpose are together. So this is a perfect combination for transferring, for converting rather your passion into profession. Okay, of course, the fifth house also has to be seen, but in general, these people who have Dharma Karmadhipati Yoga, they are very much passionate about something in life. Does not have to be money all the time, but they are very passionate about something. If the chart is bad, of course, they may be passionate about bad things also, but in general, they are passionate about good things. Good things in a way, like not good for themselves only, but good for people in general, and good for everybody, good for the society in general. Okay, so therefore, if you have this yoga, then you have tremendous determination to make things happen. And this inherently may not give you massive wealth, but this will give you like a lot of leverage. You know, your luck will support you, people will help you, your father will help you, your gurus will help you, your contacts will help you. And in this, if the 11th house also associates, oh boy, you're gonna make like millions of dollars. Okay, and on top of that, if the Lagna also associates, multi-millions. Okay. Number seven, if the lord of the 10th house of your D1 is either exalted or in Digbala in the D10 chart, okay, not the 10th lord of the D10, the 10th lord of your D1 chart, go and see what it is doing in your Dashamsha chart, which is the chart which indicates a lot about your profession. So now, if suppose your 10th lord is Sun, okay, in your D1 chart. Now, in your D10 chart, if Surya is in the 10th house or if Surya is in Aries, provided it is not in Adusthana, then also this is a fantastic combination for gaining massive wealth, because this placement shows that you are going to make it in life no matter what happens. All right, so this is a very powerful placement, and if you have this, it means you should do something of your own, because you will become famous for who you are as a person. And if the Lagna lord also involves associates with this placement, you will leave a legacy behind. So therefore, this is a very, very, very powerful placement if you want to do something for which people remember you for the next maybe 100 years. Or if your chart is even more powerful, they may remember you for the next 500 or 1000 or 5000 years, who knows, right? So therefore, do not waste time. If you have this placement, it is a placement which shows you have extreme determination and you have extreme desire to be famous also at times. So this is a very powerful position. All right, let's go to number 8. If the 10th lord of your D1, again the lord of the 10th from your D1 chart, if in the D9 chart, not D10, now we are talking of Navamsha, in the D9, if the 10th lord of your D1 chart is in Kendra, or it is very well placed anywhere, but preferably in Kendra, reasonably well placed, then what does it show? Why is this a combination of massive wealth? Because this combination indicates you will be able to do things that you really believe in, and therefore then you will not feel like you are working hard. You will feel, yeah, this is my passion, and I'm doing not just passion, this is something which comes very naturally for me. I don't have to keep working, slogging, like draining all the time. It's not like work, it's like fun for you. So if you have this, then you are very fortunate, because some kind of work will come naturally to you. Now what that work will be, that will depend on your chart, but in general, this shows you can work long number of hours without getting bored, and the more efforts you put in, the more wealth you get, right? In general, that's the rule. Not always, of course, the efforts have to be also guided in the right direction. Otherwise, it will just be hard work, it's not smart work. But because you can do it so naturally, so you will, yeah, you will supersede others and you will go ahead of them. All right, So therefore, this combination makes you work hard naturally because it comes very natural to you, because the D9 shows things of your past, you yourself internally as a person. Then we have number 9, the karakas of the 10th house. Who are the karakas? Well, we know Sun is the karak, then we have Mercury, then we have Saturn. Some also say Jupiter is the karak. So if you take all these 4 planets, or even if you exclude Jupiter, you only take Sun, Mercury, and Saturn. These karakas must be well placed in the D1 and in the D10. Now, of course, it will never happen that all the 6 placements, 3 from the D1, 3 from the D10 will always be good. But the more the good they are, the better it is. So, for example, if Sun is very good in your D1, then it shows you can take a lot of leadership capacity. You have a lot of leadership capacity. Okay, if Mercury is good, you have extreme skill. If Saturn is good, you can do extreme hard work. So leadership, hard work, and skill, only these 3 combined will give you success in life and massive wealth. So among the 6 placements, 3 in the D1, 3 in the D10, even if you have 4 or 5 as good placements, then also you will make a lot of money, because inherently then it shows you are very good with leadership, with skill, and also with hard work. But if none of them are well placed, yeah, massive wealth can be difficult. Okay. And number 10, Jaimini Raj Yoga, 2 Raj Yogas. These are actually 10 and 11, but I've made it into one point itself. If the Atma Karaka and the Amatya Karaka, they are conjunct in the horoscope in a good dignity, or if the Amatya Karaka is in the 10th house from the Atma Karaka, these are Jaimini Raj Yogas. Now, why is this very important? Because the Atma Karaka, as you know, planet with the highest degree, and Amatya Karaka is the planet with the second highest degree, just next to the Atma Karak. So Atma Karak is like the king, and Amatya Karak is like the main minister, okay, Senapati, somebody like that. So if you have them together, it means you and your passion, your drive, your ambition is together, and you will make a lot of money because you will like to do what you do. And of course, if the Amatya Karaka is in the 10th from Atma Karaka, then by default, this means yes, name, fame, power, position, authority is just coming your own way. Of course, this has to be seen in context of the other placements also. So for example, if you have 2 or 3 other of the 9 combinations and placements that we discussed before, then this certainly becomes like a guarantee for massive wealth. But in general, within itself also, it can give you a lot of wealth. And if the dashas come as per Jaimini, so for example, Jaimini dashas, as you know, are sign based dashas, right? So for example, your Atma Karak is Venus, and Venus is in the sign of Taurus, great dignity, maybe in a good house, and your Taurus Mahadasha comes in Jaimini Chara Dasha system, then this can really make you a lot of wealth. All right. So I hope you have many of these 10 combinations, and if you don't, then don't worry, there are 1,000 other combinations in the astrological world which shows you have massive wealth. These are just 10 combinations. And if you don't have them, don't be disappointed. Keep working hard. Focus on leadership capacity, skill, and hard work. These 3, Sun, Mercury, and Saturn, they are the karakas. They will decide everything. The more you keep doing them, you may not have a great chart in this lifetime, but you will have a very good chart in the future lifetimes. And who knows, you may also change certain parts of your destiny in this life itself, if certain parts are allowed to be changed, provided disclaimer. All right, God is there with you all the time. Just look to him and you'll find him. New website for consultations in the description below, www.exoticastrology.in. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new to Exotic Astrology. Jai Siya Ram.